Okay. Hi, guys. Welcome back to Lawtina Live. This is the second episode of my podcast, and this is Shamie Isom, my very first ever podcast guest. If you want to introduce yourself, just a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So, again, you guys, I'm Shamie. I'm a 2L at Thurgood Marshall School of Law. Me and Julie met because we were both Section 2. Shout out to Section 2 members. All of y'all across the globe, okay? Because I think we've been having sections for like decades.
Yeah.
I think that's been a thing at our school for decades. So shout out to all of Section 2.
Every Section 2.
Every Section 2 who's ever crossed through
top two,
Thurgood.
not
two.
two,
Okay? But I am a law student. I am an ex-educator. I am a entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
I am a big sister.
Oh,
I am let's see. I am a daughter. I am a dancer.
Yes, you are.
I am a baker.
Business owner. A baker.
Yeah, I am a baker.
You're like Barbie. Barbie does everything.
I am a Barbie.
She does like a Barbie.
Not your Barbie. You do everything. Yeah. Oh, I am. It's Law Barbie on Instagram.
I'm gonna add it.
Yes.
Where you guys can find her.
I am at Law Bar. It's Law Barbie. On Instagram. And yes, it actually kind of does describe me because Barbie does everything.
Yep.
I paint.
Yeah,
I do poetry.
You're so cool.
I do like
dude.
I
You're just
dabble.
So cool.
I dabble, y'all. Like I'm a dabbler.
Yeah,
I don't know how else to say that. I'm a
So
dabbler.
happy you're here, honestly. You're the perfect first guest because I feel like we can touch everything. You know what I mean? We talk about everything with you,
Absolutely,
and I think that's so dope. But really quick, do you want to talk about your business and like kind of plug it in?
So my business is called the Brown Sugar Experience. This is event planning and coordination business. Parties, weddings, you name it. If you just need some like planning, if you need help with designing, if you just need help with finding decorations, etc., that's pretty much what I handle.
You handle it well,
and I try to handle. I say that I handle it well. I do my best.
Yeah.
I've done a couple of things with the school, with some people from the school. I've done a couple of weddings. It's been a great experience. It does get a very hard with law school going on, I did my best to try to make sure that I'm still focused on, doing something for myself, as well as, doing my law school stuff, because you got to get the grades for law school.
Yeah, we got to make it through. We got to make it to
got to finish. Almost done.
Yeah,
almost done.
Yeah. And I know you helped on the Black Law Brunch plug-in for our friends.
Yes, absolutely. Helped with the Black Law Brunch. I was a sponsor and I helped do the decorations for that. That was an amazing event hosted by Aaron, Eric, and Chris. Three L's at Thurgood Marshall School of Law. They are amazing.
Yeah, they are.
They do so much around the school and try to do some amazing stuff. No, not try. They succeed at doing some amazing things off campus as well. They are scholars, they are entrepreneurs, they're hardworking Black men, and I love it for them.
Yeah, I love all of them. Yeah. So, how do you feel about you're about to be a 3L? How do you feel about that?
Oh, first of all, I'm ready. I'm so ready. I don't think I have been ready for anything so much in my entire life. I am so ready, honestly, because I'm ready to graduate. And y'all can be like, but no, get me out of here.
Yeah.
I am tired of school. Like,
it's so much. I feel like people don't realize how much we sacrifice being in school.
Yes.
I
want my job back. I want to go to work.
Yeah.
I know that sounds crazy.
Right?
But because I had a career before I came to law school, for me, it's like, no, I want to just go to work.
Just my life.
Just send me back to work.
Yeah.
Give me my benefits back. Give me regular everyday life.
Yeah.
Because school's school. It's not horrible. Don't get it twisted. I'm not dying or anything. But I would so much rather just actually be being a lawyer at this point.
Yeah, and I think people don't realize that you can do a 9 to 5, right? A 9 to 5 is check in, check out. Okay.
Yeah.
School is 24/7. You go to sleep, thinking about it. You wake up thinking about it. You're midday.
This assignment, that assignment.
Right. I have to budget my time and energy to be able to study and then hang out with people, and it's just crazy.
And I got to network and apply for internships and apply
all while maintaining a healthy diet. I think I talked about my first episode. It hasn't come out yet. By the time this comes out, of course, my first episode will be out. But I talk about that being the hardest part for me. the balancing act. Like, I have to be a whole person, be able to study, be able to get my assignments in, get good grades, apply for jobs, network. Like, that's too much. That's too much.
Did I eat today is such a constant question in my mind.
Yeah, especially
did
one
I eat? Did I? No, even now.
I mean,
if I don't bring the food with me,
yeah.
If I have not brought like a meal, if I have not packed a lunch,
no, I feel that.
Did I eat today becomes a question
I feel that.
in my mind.
I started to do, I don't know if it's a good habit or a bad habit. I'll find out eventually. But I got like muscle, like what is it called? Muscle milk. So like protein shakes. Okay, yeah. And I know I'm always running late, so I throw like 3 in my bag and I just drink them morning, day, and night. Like, okay. And I don't eat, but I mean I get all my nutrients. Hey, like, that's law school for you. Rate, you know?
No, that's real because I think it's so funny because someone was like trying to talk to me and I was just like. There's like, why don't you, there's like, do you date? I'm like, no.
When?
Honestly, my thoughts are around school.
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, I feel like people don't understand, like, you're not about to be the first thing I think about in the morning. I'm not about to be thinking about you. You're not the last thing I'm thinking about at night. Like, it's not about to be like that. Yeah. Like, it's not about to be what you deem a typical relationship or like they told us that law school was a jealous mistress. Yeah. Like they said that at orientation and I was like, y'all are playing. And they were dead ass serious.
Serious. They were not joking at all. Yeah.
They were so serious about that. It's just so hard. It's hard to be a normal human.
Yeah.
Like forget dating. Like it's hard to go to the gym. It's hard to remember to eat. It's hard. Like you have to be like, did I drink enough water today? Right. Am I hydrated?
Right. I got that jug over there. It's like for everybody who doesn't see, it's like a gallon jug and it measures your water intake.
Yeah, like throughout the day. Yeah.
If I don't like measure it out, I don't drink water.
Am I doing things for me?
Nope.
Like
that only answer is no.
The answer is no. No, the answer is absolutely no. Yeah. I'm trying. I'm trying desperately. Yeah. Every once in a while, I'm able to like during spring break. I did some things for me.
Yeah. I definitely did.
What I spring broke, honey, as the people would say.
Yep.
I spring broke.
Yeah. Are you working?
I working. I work for the school.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm a grad assistant. Yeah, I work upstairs in the Office of Communications and Marketing with Dean Bynum. And I've been doing that for...
That's right. I didn't know that,
Yeah, since last semester. And we just launched an ambassador program.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, last week. So I am spearheading that, trying to get some school ambassadors so we can kind of get our branding up to the 21st century and just kind of like make sure we're putting our school out there.
Right.
And putting our students out there. I think that we deserve a whole lot. But it also means that we have to do some work in the background. And it sucks. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. Like, to have to be the one to do the work sucks. But someone has to do it. Right. Like, someone has to do it so that we can all reap the benefits.
Personally, I'd rather it be you. Honestly, speaking from personal experience, I trust you with the hands, like our school and yours in your hands. I would be cool with that. But I also wanted to talk a bit about this. So for those who don't know, Thurgood's an HBCU. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to talk about like your experience, so the difference, right? Like by now we've already like kind of gone out and touched like the law field, right?
Yeah.
Like how like the real world law field works, and it's so different, right? From like the school talk, like to the real world. I love our school so much. I wish I could stay there. Yeah. It's so intimidating. I guess in a good way and a bad way because I mean we're both minorities and the law field doesn't look like us. Period. Yeah. So how do you what are your thoughts on that? I guess I'm just curious how you feel.
I feel honestly I'm grateful often because I think about how much of a fraction we are.
It's crazy,
right? And people don't think about it, but if you think about like in numbers and you think about like if I put this in real life, like we're a portion of a portion. It's like if you took a slice of pizza and then you cut that slice of pizza into smaller slices, and
pepperoni.
Then and essentially we become like a pepperoni on the entire pizza,
right?
And that's the portion of the portion that we are. And I think about how many people have these dreams and they don't make it.
Yeah,
I think about how many people don't even fathom the possibility of being able to do something like this. And I know that it's hard for us. It's not easy, y'all. Yeah. When anyone asks me, going through law school is hard. Yeah. It is hard. It is not for the faint of heart.
Right.
You're going to cry about it a little bit. Yep. A lot of it sometimes.
You're going to almost quit about 10 times a semester.
Look, honestly, every other day. Yeah. Every other day you could feel like you want to quit. But it is also the amount of knowledge the amount of opportunity, the doors that it opens, the place that it puts you in.
For our community too. Like for me, like being at the Hillside Gala the other night was crazy because they were talking about that and just like it's never just about us. What we're doing is not about
at all.
It's about like our people, you know, like back home. Like I was the first in my family, and I think you're also a first gen too, right? I wasn't the first in my family to go to college, let alone law school. You know, this is probably something that was supposed to be for my great grandkids, and here I am. You know, And you're first gen too as well, right?
Yes, I am first generation. I think about that too. Like I say all the time, I will be the first lawyer on either side of my family's history.
It's crazy.
I will be the first. Yeah. Like you set a bar at that point.
Yeah.
And that's a lot. It comes with a lot of pressure.
It does.
Don't get it twisted, y'all. It comes with a lot of pressure to be the first. Takes a lot.
It's cool, but it's a lot.
It's cool, but it's a lot because then everybody's looking at you like,
"Are you gonna do it?
Are you gonna do it?" Like, and you got people who support you, and you got people who are like,
just don't.
Who don't?
Yeah,
they waiting on your downfall.
Yeah.
So it does come with a lot, but it's a great place to be in, and you think about how it changed trajectory for your future.
Yep.
Children, if you feel like if that's the pathway you choose. Yeah. And even if you don't choose that, like how it changed things for your family. Yeah.
My parents are not going to work.
Exactly.
When I get where I'm going, they can work if they want, but they don't have to. Like
it gives you options.
Yeah.
It gives you options. But I think about like right now, like things that I know, things that I learned in like criminal procedure. Like we're learning criminal procedure right now. We're talking about Fourth Amendment rights and like searches and seizures and what the cops are actually allowed to do. And I'm like, I wonder how many people back in the hood have zero clue that some of this stuff that they've been through was actually a super violation of their Fourth Amendment rights. Right. And right now I have the knowledge and I have the capability of doing, like, I could get on the internet right now. I could just get on my Facebook Live. And I think about doing that. I think about, like finding the time to like get on my Facebook Live and say, hey, FYI, your Fourth Amendment rights are X, Y, and Z.
Right.
And if X, Y, and Z happens, that is a violation of your Fourth Amendment rights. Yeah. You should not take it. You should speak up. Yeah. And it gives us the power to actually get that information out there to people.
It's so cool though. And it's
cool. That's what I said. It's a blessing because it's like you've positioned yourself to be able to help the masses. Like it's about something bigger than yourself. It becomes about something bigger than yourself.
Yeah. Now it's crazy because I have a friend. Her name is Nat, and she helps me study. Like we'll FaceTime and we'll just study. Mm-hmm. And I was explaining to her like Crim Pro. I was like right before midterm, so I was like, okay, so if the cop does this, you can't do this, or you can, or whatever, right? And she was just sitting there like flabbergasted. Like that's life, that's law.
Like that's for real.
Crazy.
Like
that's insane.
Like I would have never known.
Yeah. And I feel like that's something everybody should know. Like it's not something because law school is expensive. We had to go through the LSAT to get there. We had to go through so much to get there, and I feel like that should be accessible for everybody. You shouldn't have to go through like hell and high water just to get that information.
But that is how I would think about the way our government is set up, right?
Yeah.
So we like to think that like, oh, democracy, yay, we're all free,
right?
Liberty, What's the area with the pursuit of
life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness?
Yeah, there's a life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? But that's actually not how it's structured. Nope. It sounds good.
I mean, it is, but for like for
1%, yeah, for who it was structured for. Like
for
it was not structured for everyone. It was not structured for people who look like us. Right. That wasn't who they had in mind when they were thinking about that. And so
this is like obviously a male-dominated industry, right?
Yes,
and
for sure.
So walking into it, it's like already, like you said, we have to work twice as hard to be seen as equal.
Yeah.
For their one, we have to give twice, maybe 3 times. And that's exhausting, like for me, for personal experience, like trial and stuff, like, cause I do mock trial, my type, we're both a big personality, right? We both have like just commanding presences, and that's something I love about you.
For sure.
And I love girls with big personalities because we get not overlooked, but we just are misunderstood, Yeah. People think that we're mean or like
the amount of times I've been called aggressive in my lifetime throws me through a fucking.
Yes.
I'm sorry for cussing on your podcast.
Okay.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay. I felt it in my soul, and it got me. It caught me. My professionalism. I lost it for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But
that will trigger me so hard. Someone calling me aggressive, because what do you mean by that?
What is aggressive about me? Like standing on my point.
Right.
Now, wait. I'm sorry, it's called standing on business. It's okay now. It's called standing on business now.
Yeah.
But before, I was aggressive. But now we call it standing on business.
No, I'm so glad you said that because like that's something I talked to my mom about because that's a critique that I get in mock trial. Like, you're just a bit aggressive. Mind you, like, I've had partners who are men before and they never get that critique. It's always like, yeah, you're so strong-willed and you're so assertive. But for me, it's you're aggressive and you're snappy. It's like, I know what you're doing, you know? I know what you're saying. Yeah. And it's sad. It sucks. It's going to be something we have to battle and face for a long time. But like you said, like if we do have kids, if people that we know, like our fellow women-in-law have kids, then their daughters are going to be that much more ahead. You know, like my daughter, well, if I do have kids, if I have a daughter, my daughter will be that much more ahead because she's seen somebody do it, you know?
And I think, you know what? I think something I've learned is to play. I've learned that all of this is a game.
You told me that one year.
I told you that.
Explain, because
it's saying true. That.
It's true.
It's all a game, and you got to learn to play the game, right? I'm considered aggressive, and I realize, like, okay, as much as I hate that they calling me aggressive, like, this is what they see. And as much as I, like, it is driving me up. Honey, y'all, it grinds my gears.
Yep. Yeah, it makes me mad. It makes me aggressive. You want to see aggressive?
It makes me want to be aggressive.
You see this long black hair,
look,
this
like,
gold? You think I'm playing with you?
It makes me want to show you what Trenton, New Jersey be about.
Yeah, y'all know from Corpus. My Corpus people like that. I'll show you aggressive. You want to see aggressive.
But I realize, okay, let me approach you how you feel like it should be approached.
Right.
But I'm also going to say it in a way that you understand that I mean what I say and I say what I mean. And I think that once I learned that I could stand on business very, very softly, I'm going to sit back.
It's crazy.
I'm going to sit back. I'm going to lean back.
Say that. I agree.
And I'm going to stand on business, but I'm going to do it so relaxed. From back here, and so relaxed that you don't even feel like I'm aggressive. Because I'm too relaxed right now for
and
you
then
to
too
feel
docile.
that way.
Now you're too docile.
No, because I'm still in stand. You heard what I said,
right? Yeah.
But I didn't. My body language didn't give you that,
right?
And I think that's what I've realized. Like, the body language is giving too much,
right?
And if okay, pull back the body language and just say that shit.
Yeah,
just say it.
Yeah,
don't stoic face, no body language. Yeah. Oh, baby, I'm so relaxed. I actually don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's so crazy that you say that because I agree.
But I said what I said.
Yeah, I learned that lesson too. Yep. It's so like recently, one of the trial competitions I was in Waco, I feel like I kept hearing that I was too, like you said, aggressive and too like just too much basically. And so I was like, okay, so I kind of learned for the other women that I went against there who are more like approachable, quiet, you know, like, and there's nothing wrong against their approach. I mean, they win. We're at a good competition, but like I had to learn and like almost code switch because my you know, my accent was like, it was flat. Like, I'm a Latina, like that's how we talk. You know, we talk with our hands. We're like,
you gotta take your hands out of it.
And then I had to like take a step back and realize what they were saying is like be more palatable, be more easy to sit through it
to swallow, be easier to swallow,
make yourself a little smaller so that
a little bit more digestible, right yes.
And I get it, you know, like if my client's life is on the line, I'm gonna do what I gotta do and I'm gonna make myself digestible, whatever.
Yeah, one thing I learned was to keep distance. That was one of the things I learned, like that was like, keep the distance. Like, people feel you're aggressive when you're closer to them. If I keep the distance, so like when we did mock trial and I did my trial over the summer, I never moved from my table. I'm not even going to come in front of the witness.
Yeah, that's smart.
I'm going to just stay behind my table because you can't. I'm across the room. How aggressive can I be?
How aggressive can I really be from across the room?
Like,
20 feet away.
Yeah, like, come on, man. Yeah. So I realized you got to put certain things in play. I also think it's also about our upbringing. Like, I am the daughter of a single mother, a very strong-willed person.
Love that.
And so she taught me to be hyper independent, and so with that comes like this hyper independency.
And that's now what I am.
And you know, this like I mean what I say what I mean, like, and I really don't care.
Right.
But also, like, you gotta understand that everybody does not understand that.
Right.
And so learning that everybody does not understand that. And gaining perspective and gaining a perspective that may not be your own, and how others are viewing it and saying, "Oh, I think this. And even though I do think this is what is being seen by other people. Like, I see it this way, but other people are reading this way.
Right.
And so no matter how much I see it this way, like,
this is
the word. Yeah, like, they don't even comprehend
they're
that.
on the whole other side of the block.
Yeah, and so let me see how they can see that.
Right. And
why this could be problematic from their angle. And once you start thinking about those things, and it's not that I changed myself, because don't get it twisted.
Right. I am puro Latina.
Yeah. Look,
I'm not changing who I am.
Hello.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah. I mean, there's only so much we can hide.
Yeah.
Like,
but also, there's a time and there's a place.
Right.
And I know now how to better handle it in different situations.
Yeah. And actually, let's talk about that time and place. So here's something that I'm also battling with myself, and I'm curious to see. So, like we said, like, for me, like, I mean, I didn't have. My parents took care of me, but I didn't have, like, silver spoon. Like, we were pretty hood, you know. And now I'm going to, like, the gala, right? So going into these circles where this is normal for these people, right? Like, everybody they dress up in these gowns and they walk around with just, like, with money, and that's gonna be us, you know. I mean, we're already kind of there, but, like, are you uncomfortable? Like, for me, I'm having to like code switch, and at the same time try and be myself, because, like, okay, we're here at this place, there's music playing. What does that tell me? Okay, it's time to party. You know what I mean? Like, my family back home, like, we stay partying until, like, 7 a.m. So, but here it's like, okay, no, you have to, like you said, time and place. You have to be like this, like, more professional version. And I don't have a problem being professional. It's just weird. I don't know. How do you feel? I don't know.
I think that there was a time in which I was curious as whether or not I deserved to be in the room. There was absolutely a time.
Me too.
I think now what I realize is that I deserve everything they think is normal and more.
Yep.
I think what it was is that I didn't have the confidence because I had not experienced that growing up, and I did not see that as normal for myself, and so I did not stand strongly and firmly in the fact that I deserve that for myself. And I think that once I realized, no, actually, I deserve to be in this room.
Right.
I'm just as intelligent. Like, I went to some pretty great schools. I've done some really amazing things. Right. I've had a nice, you know, I deserve to be here.
So, specifically, being a woman-in-law, how does that make you feel?
It's interesting. Mm-hmm. It is an interesting place to be, right? Because you can't be too pretty.
You can't be too dull.
You can't be too dull.
Nope.
You can't be too smart.
Can't be too loud.
You can't be too loud.
You can't be too quiet.
You can't be too quiet. Like, it's like, okay, so you just want me to walk on eggshells all the time.
Right.
Like, so these high heels are for a reason.
Right. No,
like,
really.
Because that's literally how you want me to walk. Like, figuratively.
You thought this through.
Like, physically and figuratively, you want me to walk in these heels at all times.
Thought that through. You did your big one.
Yeah, like, y'all did y'all big one with that. Like, that's essentially what you want me to do. Because if you're too into your fashion, your style, the way you look, the things like that, then, you know, that's all that people see.
Right.
But then if you're too, like, dull, then no one is like, oh, well, can we put you in front, right? Can we use you to be out front, because you don't even care about how you look, right? Yeah, it's just like it's never ending.
Never win with it.
And then let's see. You can't be too loud because you don't want to outshine the men. God forbid you make the men feel little.
Yeah, it's over. It's a done deal. It's wraps.
But you also can't be too quiet because then you're gonna get looked over.
Yep.
Right. So there's always like this one or the other.
Right.
That you're battling.
You're damned if you don't.
And you gotta try your best to find the balance.
Yeah.
And remain yourself.
That balancing act we talked about earlier. That's what's hard about this field. It's like,
and remain you, because there's a thing, like, for example, I want to be in corporate law. Do not send me to the courts. God, like, I'm sorry, because people will see this. I just don't. For me, criminal. Me, criminal. Me, criminal.
It's not for everybody.
We are not. We're not here. We are not here at all. We are definitely. We like here. We here. Okay. We're not even like, we're never aligning, like, ever. No. Okay. I want to be in corporate law, but there's looks. Mm-hmm. There's a certain way, especially as a black woman. Like, I can't walk with, like, I ain't seen too many black women with they like 4C fro.
Right.
Like, I was very clear.
Right.
A 4C fro.
Right.
Because a 3A, a 3B with that really, nice curl pattern, that's okay. That's
More
acceptable.
socially,
That's socially acceptable.
Yeah.
That's okay. But I'm not seeing a brown skinned woman with her 4C fro.
Right. In a huge corporate law firm.
Yeah, in a huge corporate law firm in the headshots. Like, I'm not seeing too many of those.
Right.
Making partner and stuff. Like, I'm not seeing a whole lot of that. And so, those are things that I have to be conscious of. Especially because we all know your girl likes to wear her Jessica Rabbit red hair.
Right.
Like, I love it. Give me my poison ivy.
Right.
But
yeah, it looks so good on you.
I love my red hair. But I can't wear it.
Right.
Like, I have to be conscious of, like, when I'm interviewing with certain places, like, they're expecting me to have a certain look, or a certain look is not going to be as accepted in me wearing my red hair as a lawyer versus, like, when I was a teacher, honey, I was wearing red hair you couldn't get me out of it.
Yeah.
But you got to make that switch.
Yeah, it's
hard.
So
it's really hard to, like, try to navigate all the things and remain authentically yourself. Like, you got to find the balance.
But before we go, guys, we're kind of wrapping it up here. But thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely.
Hopefully you can come again. Well, once I get, like, this is just my first few podcasts. So the next, as I continue, it'll grow and be bigger and more, like, intense production. But
for sure,
we're all holding her to it because I want to see it. I want to watch it. I would love if you started your podcast because I know you want to. So you guys keep a lookout for Shamie's podcast.
Yes,
we'll see what she names
Julie
it.
is definitely. So the crazy part is I already have the name.
Oh, what is it?
It's called Nah, We Gonna Talk About It.
I love that.
It is about.
Now we're gonna talk about it.
Nah, we're gonna talk about it. It's actually the reason I wanted to start the podcast is, like, I think in minority families in general, there are a lot of things that we try to sweep under the rug. Y'all remember that good old "what happens in this house stays in this house"?
I love that
commentary.
I love that.
And that has caused a lot of trauma, generational trauma.
Right. Yeah.
We have not been able to heal and move forward from a lot of things, or have honestly intelligent conversations about things that are really affecting our community.
Yeah,
and
that's so cool.
That is the whole purpose of my podcast.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes,
I'm looking forward to it.
Look, Julie put me on the spot, so now I got to do it.
That's the purpose, guys. Y'all hold her. Y'all go. Tune in as soon as it drops.
No, for real.
I'm hoping it does soon. But yeah, I'm gonna add your Instagram. Anything else you want to add, like your business, anything. I'll get it and I'll give it to you guys so y'all can connect with Shamie.
Absolutely.
Remember how important it is for you guys. I mean, but how important it is for you guys to network. Like this alone, getting in touch with Shamie. Shamie is great people. You'll take care of anybody who comes your way, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Just a conversation or like whatever, connections. But yeah, you guys get locked in with Shamie. This is Lawtina Live. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having
bye,
me.
Guys.
Bye, guys.